it's going to work. That's
Very nice. Look at that. You're almost, it's like we're professionals here. I should have dressed up for the occasion.
I'm getting better. Getting better. It's I told you I'm working on my studio here. So
yeah.
It's you know what was weird is where the delay was, and I apologize for that, is they made me go ahead and do an upgrade on Zoom. It wouldn't let me do the Zoom. So what it was, so that's what happened on that. So
okay. You yeah, so it looks like you've gotten a little more technically adept over the weekend.
yeah, well, I'm getting better. That's I had that set up before, and then I decided to go ahead and get it back up going again. So
yeah. Did you ever get your screen recording thing to work?
well, it's a different computer. So this one I think would work, but I can't. Well, I still haven't figured out how to go ahead and do something with the screen. So like you obviously you have the camera, but the thing is I don't know how, like what you do, which is to videos the screen.
Yeah, let me see something.
Anti-quarter for meeting solutions.
I just clicked on multiple people can share, all participants.
That says open Zoom meeting. I'll click that on and see what happens. Ooh, something happened. Well, not sure. At least it's recording.
Yeah, got that part. Eventually we'll figure out your screen recording. We can record your screen. So you told me Friday you're not feeling well. You're on the mend?
No, yeah, I seem to be fine right now. It's I don't know if it's just maybe even just working hard, but I've had a couple issues where I don't know if it's flu or whatever it is. Just that my energy level is out of this world. So my normal day, like for example, today. I start work at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I still working now. So so it's 5 o'clock. So what is that? Well, whatever.
12 plus 4, 16 hours.
Yeah. So sometimes people think that when you own companies, that it's actually less work. But sometimes it's the opposite. It's more work. So usually most days I'm up at 3 or 4. So I usually sleep 5 hours. Wow. And so like I usually don't get tired out, and I was getting tired out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose end of the week kind of thing. Burnt out through the long week. Yeah, it's been weird here too. We've actually had really good weather. I don't know if by you, but as soon as it hits 30, as soon as it gets above 30, people start wearing shorts, and it's like summer almost. Like we're looking forward to the spring, but it's been damp because everything's melting, and that just plays havoc on my joints. I sound like an old man, but like I just had rough days with my arthritis kind of thing. So, so yeah, it'll be, and actually I'm going in next Monday. So I'm going to be gone. And it'll be interesting to see if I can connect or whatever, or even trade next week, because after Monday, I'll be going to my parents' house. So we'll see what I can all do. Maybe trade for my phone, which I don't want to do, or maybe look at their laptop kind of thing. So we'll see.
How'd you do today? Did you trade it all today?
I did. And actually I did fairly well. I traded the SPY, which was a monster. I mean, it had quite the run. But at the end of the day, I did something foolish thinking that it was going to break 391, and it never did. don't know if you can see my screen. Let me maximize this guy. Let me see something. What happened to my Zoom? Let's see, desktop, share. So here's the spy.
Now, you just did something right there. How did you do that? That's what I'm saying is that how did you do desktop? Oh, is it on the corner or something?
Well, yeah, there's like a sharing button. New share. And then, yeah, I can click on what I want to share. But if I bring up the Zoom menu, participants.
Oh, is that the spy right there?
Yeah, so this is a spy.
So you really didn't even need to get in that before the market, because look at that 5-minute candle. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and let me see. And I went, and I went small because Mondays aren't the best for me, and Mondays are somewhat erratic. But I told myself it's the first of the month, so it should be bullish. It should continue to be bullish. So I went light, and let's see, 839 right here. And I got I got in right here, and I got the 389 candles. Yeah, and I got the 389 calls. Unfortunately, I got out at 849, which was actually, it was right here, maybe. Actually, that was a quick trade for me. But, and it's the funny thing is that these 389 calls actually went in the money right here. So, had I kept it till 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern, I would have been in the money and would have. So then, let's see, where's the 390 calls? 907. So I got out at 849. So I got out here, and then I got back in at 907 after this little retrace with the 390 calls.
So are these 5-minute bars?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So the issue is that you're only allowed to make a trade at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So are you on, so that, yeah, you're on a different time frame.
Which is 9 a.m. Yeah.
So in this case, it would be 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Do you see that?
Yeah. Well, like my 9 a.m. and then 10.
Well, so when it says 8:30, is that pre-market?
No, that's Eastern. That's my open. It's your 8 and your 9:30.
Oh, 9:30. So then you would be at 10. So you would go to 9 o'clock.
Which was here, which I was kind of getting in and out of.
Yeah, and then you would have had no, so what you would have done is you would have set your you would have set another line on the one to the left of it. You follow me? Yeah, that one right there. So what happens is the 5-minute, which is beautiful, is that you would go ahead and recalibrate your lines on that 9, well, in your case, 8:55.
Okay, yeah, because here's your 9 a.m. retrace or your 10 a.m. retrace.
Right, but the thing is that you're not allowed to get out. So you would have put 2 lines there, and you weren't allowed to get out unless it dropped below that. So that's your new 5-minute bar.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful because let's just say if you would have put that as your lines, you wouldn't have got out. Now you're not allowed to get out to 11, which would be 10 o'clock.
Which is here. Yeah.
No, well, let's see here. So you've got 8,
11.
that's 9:30, 11. Yeah, 11 would have been right there. Go one more over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
candle.
You see, you've been, but see, that's almost the high of the day.
Yeah. And and the funny thing was I started off, like I said, I started off small, way out of the money at 389.
Uh,
And and then those calls went in the money. And then I
well,
had the 390 calls, and
yeah.
eventually those went in the money. So
And did you remember what I taught you is at the high of the day on a trending upward cycles at 222?
yeah, which 122 for me. 122. 122. So within here, within this range right here,
Yeah, but
which
so what you would have done is that you would have set your 5 minute lines on that, which would be your 122.
hmm,
And then what happens, you notice, is that you would have been stopped out there. Do you see how that was? It stayed above there, but then it dropped, and then you would have got out there.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm still kind of in the mentality of taking profit when I see it kind of thing. Because if I look,
well, it ain't taking profit. You're just taking scraps, is what you're doing. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, but the thing is that this stuff works on dynamics that are outside our, whatever. And I'll tell you another thing that's interesting. We should see another upward cycle tomorrow. Do you know how you can see that? Is you look at the last two bars.
oh, yeah,
Mhm.
these how we close, yeah, on an uptick.
Yeah.
And honestly, that holds true. But if I go back and I look at last Monday,
No,
uh,
but what you're doing is that you can't go by last week. What it is you can only go by this week. You had a 700, it was up 700 points. So obviously your China stock should go ahead and start up.
well, and I think that was because it was the first of the month. But
Oh,
normally,
absolutely.
normally Mondays are choppy, and even you've said you don't like to trade Mondays because options are expensive, and
Very
um,
expensive.
yeah,
Very, very, very expensive. And that's true.
and honestly, that's why I kind of have stuck with the SPY, because they have they had like Monday's expiry. So these, they have
Oh,
Monday,
you
Wednesday,
could
and
have got, so you could have got in really cheap.
exactly. See, yeah, I play a 1 day. I don't have to pay for the entire week. Um,
Ah,
so
well, I
yeah,
just learned something. I didn't realize the spies went to a 3 day like that.
yeah, and it's somewhat recent. But like, because I'm not going to spend, I'm not going to pay for 4 days of,
Mhm.
volatility just for 1 day kind of thing. So yeah, so that's why I like doing these spies. Um, I don't know if the cues
Yeah,
and the weird,
yeah, I don't know if the Qs do it either. I'm just curious.
no, just the spies.
Yeah, look at that, March 1st. Oh my God. And it was right in front of you too. I mean,
Hmm.
the thing is, boy, look at those spreads are huge. So
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
huge. But
Well, and they do that after hour, and the funny thing is that those spy options trade for 15 minutes after the close. Um, which is another interesting thing because I've gotten burned on those before. So, so
that's
yeah, it was.
interesting. You know why that is that I've been on the pits in Chicago, and what they do is the SPY gets traded till a half hour after close,
Hmm,
which is really weird because it's the only thing that gets traded live. I don't know if it still does. I'm assuming it does, but
yeah,
it they still trade it for a half hour after market. At least it used to be that way, but I'm sure it still is. So,
yeah. I was actually down there once. My college took a field trip down there to Chicago.
well, the 387. I mean, look at that. What a work of Butte there. You could have got that for 20 cents and made $237 a contract. Can't beat that. Or the
Yeah.
386. Wow, that was beautiful.
So
Well, there
yeah,
you go. I might have to try that for next time. Interesting stuff. Let me see how my plays went today. I don't know even how they ended up.
I mean, I know a couple of people were in X from the trade room.
That was a good. That was
Uh,
good. Now let me just show you what I do. Can you bring up the fidelity?
yeah, and you know, let me see this. Let me. I wish I could get you to share.
Yeah, how would you do that?
I don't know.
What's this? Stop video, mute, participants, chat, share screen.
Click that share screen once.
Oh, screen two, that's me right there.
Let me see if I
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Not yet, because hold
Oh,
on.
shoot, it clicked down like it was doing it, but I don't see it on my thing.
Okay, clicking. Here you go. Look at that. There's your screen. You are looking at the Nettie's calls.
Yeah, but where's I can't see what is on my screen, or you can't. So when you're sharing your screen, you can't see it either.
I think it depends on what you share. Like if you share your desktop,
Yeah.
it depends on which one is clicked, I think.
All right, so here's the Nettie's calls. Okay. So this is what I do. It's a simple process. Is that first of all, I look at in the money. So you got 616, 579, 271. So you always have to have three players. You have to have your money player, which is your heavy hitter, which is where all the money is. So
expensive ones.
Yeah, 110 is the guy that's spending the big dollars.
Because
112 is the hammer, and then your follow through is 115.
Yeah, because let's say 616 times 255, is that the last? 100, so $1,500. Oh wait, times 100.
Well, if you're trying to do the math on it, 616 times 225 times 225. So there's 138,000 on that option.
Yeah.
So now if we open it up and I go to a little bit further, let me see here. So this is kind of giving you a little bit bigger picture, but you know, the only thing that's a little disheartening is this guy right here at 218. But other than that, there's really nobody there. But what I'm looking for is today.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but today, look at nobody really bought anything today. This is all your everything was calls today. And so then if we go to, if you go to the stock itself, this is what I do. So, and it's all I do. So I go to 3 months. It's going to tell me at 3 months, and they didn't do it. Hang on, let me do it again. 3 months, your SMA is 122. So that tells me it's going to go to 122.
Yeah, and I noticed because you on Facebook called out a couple, I think it was Nettie's, I think it was CGC, and one other one. And yeah, those were quite extended or quite below their SMAs.
Well, so what it is that there's roughly 25 stocks I do it to. And so if I was to go ahead and show you, well, let me bring it up and I'll show you one that happened today. Well, let's do Netflix, okay? I mean, everybody thinks that this is like, oh, like amazing, you know. Look at Netflix, 550, 1179. Well, I was in the calls on this because presto, 549. So the SMA was 549. And so where did it end up?
Yeah, just right.
549. Well,
Hmm.
I mean, it's, you might as well call it what it is. It's dead on. But notice it went up $11 today. So this stuff just doesn't happen per se. It's all done on computers. This is a classic example right here that I did the homework on Friday. I knew it was supposed to go to 550, 549. You buy the calls and it goes to 550. It's not rocket science. Marriott. This is why I don't know if I called out the puts. It was a trade I showed where I made a quick $1,000. But same thing on this one. You go to the 3-month. It's no big surprise. Your 3-month is 134.
Yeah.
Well, it's you know the chances are great that this stuff is going to go back to it. Now, it doesn't matter what I think because this can stay irrational forever. What I care about is that if I come up with something like this, what does the options tell me? The options tell me nothing. But when I went ahead and did it the other day, it was like 900 puts and no calls. So let's do CGC. I'll show you this one. CGC. Wow, that's pretty amazing because I got in pretty early, so I made real good money today. So you look at this. Look at the calls right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the puts. Nothing. And if I go and exchange it, it's not going to change it a heck of a lot. And even with that said, I'll show you the puts. Nothing.
Yeah. Right. Nothing in the money.
Yeah. Now, if I go to CGC, Fidelity is just so beautiful because it does it automatic. I go to the 3-month. It's telling me that stock's going to $40.32. You see that?
Yeah.
See that on the SMA right here?
Yeah, right.
You gotta, when you move your mouse, but so it's telling me it's going to go to $40.32. So I figure out where I think it's going to go from the SMA. Then I go ahead and I take and see if the options tell me the same thing and see if there's players or money players that are going to go ahead and be in the same trade because they're going to move the stock. You need money to move the stock. The other one I did, which is another big play I had today for solar. This thing's got beat up. I remember when it used to be over $100. It's almost comical that it's this. Ever since the new president got in, solar stocks have gone crazy. But you go to 3-month, where's it at?
Yeah.
$93. See that?
Yeah, 93, 94.
Yeah. So it gives me you got to have a stock's got to run, and if there's no place to go. Now, I don't like these, but these I don't even count because they're out of the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking at these right here. Now, when I actually got into the trade, those weren't there. So it's interesting. Those must have came in at the end of the day. But that's intriguing. They're going to try to bring that down. Here's your counter here, but where did I see it? Let me look. It must be on the there it is right there. So this is on your monthlies.
Monthlies, yeah.
Yeah. Now it does look like it could go either way, but what I'm looking for is your biggest numbers right here. Plus the thing is the solar stocks have done really well in the, on this. Now I'll give you another thing. Baidu. So Baidu goes up $12 today. You see your numbers right here?
Yeah, I got
2 to 3. You always got to have 3. Big money, hammer, continuation. So let's go to the stock. I'm going to tell you without even looking at it's 295. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you this is how this stuff is so predictable. 3 month, 293.95.
yeah.
It's like, Alan, how did you know it's going to go up $12 today? Because of CMS. Now you got to remember that when I came up with this conclusion from the SMA, you were at 295 minus $12. It was at 283, and here I'm like, oh, this stock's going to 295. And you're like, well, that's impossible. Nobody could predict that. Well, it's right there. I mean, it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
let me see if I can do something here. Now, are you seeing mine?
no, mine is the only one up right now. Now, see, game is at 74. It's going to go down. I got puts on it, but again, how long can it be irrational? I don't know. I wouldn't go crazy on it. So no, I can't see your thing. It says you are screen sharing. So I'm gonna stop sharing. So I think there it goes. There you're back to it. So interesting.
Going back to this SMA, I have, and let's see here. Oh, but I think this is priced from 10 SMA.
Yeah, but you got to do it on Fidelity. You'll never see any of this on TD Ameritrade. You just won't. Just not there.
Well, I mean, I actually list how far away from the 10 SMA it is, and I can change it to be the 20 SMA. So it would, so if I have a basket of stocks, and let me see.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, that would be helpful.
Personal, let's see the 5-minute rule. Let's just see here. Scan. So, and unfortunately, I don't have a big, and this is percentage. So if I look at Cleveland Cliffs, it's 14% away from its 10 SMA. So let me go look at that.
Yeah, but that's pretty good. But your 10-day SMA is usually not much different to your 20. Now, the only thing is you gotta look at it at a longer range. It's got to be on a 3 months, because that's where that's what you got to have a look at it, is a 3 month. But I don't know. I mean, so I could change this to a 10-day, but I don't think it's going to change.
Well, and I think I could change my scanner to scan from, now look how far away Cliffs is from the 10 SMA. Now, and let's just bring up, just for giggles.
Oh, geez.
Add the 20. Simple moving average, and we need to edit that guy. Close. 20 SMA, which is, yeah, like you said, is pretty similar. So 1608. So Cliffs right now is trading at 14. So $2 move for Cliffs is fairly large. Let's go to Fidelity. And where do I sign in? Oh, I am logged in. Cliffs. And let's look at the option chain.
Yeah, see the 10-day is $16.13 on Cliffs.
So the option chain, and I'll bring up 20. Apply that. So 3,600 sitting at 15, 350. Other than this OI at a
Yeah,
at
but
the
that's
12. Yeah. So theoretically, and this already ran up $4 today. So it's supposed to move $2 more, which is
yeah, because the SMA is $16.13. I see what the deal is. I set it for 10-day, 10 SMA, but that only works on a short term. If you go for a 3-month, it automatically converts it to 20-day.
I wonder if like I said, I wonder if I can change this scan to price from customize. I think I got to create one. Edit formula. Yeah, I think I gotta change that. So
Yeah, but that's a nice scan though.
So yeah, I mean, at least it would give you suspects to kind of start
Well,
looking at.
where are you getting price from? So like Cleveland Cliffs, what is the price from the SMA? What is that price?
So okay, so like if I took the 16 SMA, which was what, 1632,
Yeah.
minus its last, which was 13.99, which is $2.33, and then I divide that by its last to get a percentage. That's 16.6%. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's
Where is that in your I don't see it on that chart at all.
the last. I wonder.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you got the price from the SMA, but there's no amount there.
Yeah, no, this is a percentage. This is like 14% away. And theoretically, I could add
But where is the 14%? I don't see it anywhere.
right there, 14.92. This column, this first column.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, Micron is a short. So where are you getting the
Micron is 5% away from its, let me
yeah,
see.
but bring it up. It's not though. I was gonna go short Micron, but see, Micron is so far away from it's so overextended, even funny.
So, okay, so like if I took this, so Micron's sitting at 95.75 minus the 20 SMA, which is at 86.12. 963 divided by 95.75. That says 10%.
Oh, okay. So is that what that says?
It probably says 5% because I think it's looking at the 10-day. So
Yeah, but what time frame is that? Because I'm thinking if I bring up the 10% of the 10 SMA, ain't gonna change anything.
so let's see, 95.75 minus the 10 SMA, which is sitting at 89.47, is $6.28 divided by 95.75 is 6.5%, which is kind of close to where And it might have been yesterday's.
Well, the 10-day is 89.47.
Yeah.
Still not a bad, 3 months is, so that's, but, yeah, that's not bad.
I need to work on this a little. I need to change this to be the 20 SMA and look at it. If it's above it, make it negative or make it positive. And if it's below it, make it negative. So like if it's like, for instance, Cleveland Cliffs is negative 14% away from its 20 SMA or whatever. So anyway,
No, but that's a nice scan. Now you got Raytheon, is
let's
pretty much at its SMA, right?
let's do this. All stocks that have weekly options that don't have earnings. And I don't know, this might take a little bit. We're going to scan this. And we're going to sort it by this.
It's 72.64 on Raytheon.
Let's see if this works. Okay, look at GameStop, 42% away from its 10 SMA. Workhorse is another one, 41% away from its 10 SMA.
Well, let me look at the Workhorse. Now, is that, I've never heard of that stock.
But they have, it looks like they have earnings coming up.
HS, Workhorse Group. That's a nice one.
So when if you want, you can plug
Yeah, I'm just
WKHS.
bringing it up. Workhorse in a 3-month. Wow, but you see, got a big drop. So Workhorse is 31.45.
They're 10S. So that's almost, and they're sitting at 1734.
Let's see what the options say. I would be willing to go calls on that. Ooh, yeah.
21K, 24K, 11K.
Yeah, so this is telling you that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
And that's big money too. You're not talking all those numbers right there in the blue. Blue is the big trades today. They're all telling you it's going to go up.
Yeah.
What does Workhorse do? I'm not familiar with that.
Let's see here. Watch.
Oh, look at that. So that's a nice.
I'm telling you, I'm going to switch it over to. Okay, I got to find it. Analyze fundamentals. WKHS. Oh, WKHS. Technology company, solutions to commercial transportation section.
Oh, built high performance electric vehicles and aircraft. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. So where's that list that you have there?
Oh yeah, look at that. Well, and what day is this? 3/1. So they had earnings this morning. Didn't do much. But that's a huge move up to there. So here's the scan. So clears Cliffs at 14%. RTX. I don't see RTX on this list. I wonder if I could.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful list there.
I mean, it's a good way to find suspects, at least to start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still gonna give me sorted by.
Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah. Anyway, before we wrap up, and I'll see what next week brings. Who knows? I maybe maybe having this session from the hospital room. But someone wanted to know what you look for in the pre-market. How do you determine stocks to look at or to trade?
Well, only because I've played around with this forever. I stick with my basket. So I have shared it before, and I keep it on bar charts. So the stocks that I trade is I start with my first list, which is Game, Netflix, MU, Google, Tesla, Snap, US Steel, Cleveland Cliffs, NetEase, CGC, First Solar, Raytheon, Bookings, Marriott. So that's the first one. What I'm looking for is stocks that I'm after in pre-market. And then the next set of stocks is mRNA, PFE, JNG, Plug. And then the last stocks I look for, Rite Aid, Camping World, Overstock. So I'm looking to see what those do. And then I'll go with some other ones. I look for something that's moving. Usually I look at everything on CNBC. That's where I'm looking for is what's moving. And then I'll a lot of times if a stock's moving, I'll get something in that sector. Boy, you would think Rocket would be a good one too. You got some good ones here. But I find like you want a good tight spread. You don't want anything that has a bad spread, or you're never gonna make any money anyways, because you still gotta get rid of the thing. The Rocket's beautiful. Oh, that's just beautiful. Beautiful calls, hardly any puts, and tight spread. I mean, that's real tight. So you got, you look at like the 25 calls, it's only $1 a piece. That's nothing. So, so like with the list that you had there, I'll give you an example. Go to let's go to Overstock. Go to Overstock options.
6% today. Well, 6 3/4.
Right, but what I'm trying to show you, which is not yeah, it had a great move, but like you look at your 79 calls, you know, that's a lousy spread. 81 to $1.15.
Yeah.
It's not a good stock, you know, per se out of the money. Another good one, bring up Rite Aid.
I just wanted to see.
Now, Rite Aid's a good one example of, you know, it's the SMA is telling you something completely different. See, nice move up today, but your spread, that's a classic example. Look at your spread on the $20.50 calls. You can't get any worse than that. So it's a
Yeah.
big spread. You know, you want something tight. You want a tight spread, but there's a classic example. Someone says, why did it go up $1.50? Well, it got manipulated up $1.50. I mean, look at those calls.
Yeah, sitting at 22.
Yeah, and then look at how tight that spread is. That's about the only one that's nice and tight.
Yeah, I bet because there's probably a lot of volume through there. Or yeah, because there's a
Well,
lot of
yeah,
calls.
because that's and don't you find it fascinating is that where's all the call options?
Sitting there Yeah,
and where did the stock go today?
up to 21, just out, just
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It'll go over 22 tomorrow probably, but that's what I'm trying to get at is that you don't really have a good money thing. Uh, Technically, maybe your hammer's at 22. So that's an example. So your money player is 21 or 20. Then your hammer is 22. Now, I call a hammer is when it gets to 22, it'll explode and then it'll run to 23 or 25. You can see the numbers where it's going to go.
yeah. I
See?
mean, this is almost 1,000 here.
Mhm. Well, beautiful.
Cool.
I think it's a good session. Yeah, I hope you do well.
Yeah,
And then give me a buzz. I'll actually be traveling next week anyway, so we'll see how that goes. So,
maybe towards the end of the week, or we'll see.
oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing, because you just buy calls and sell them, right? You're never selling naked calls. You're never selling for premium, basically.
That's to me the biggest loser game going. Plus,
What
the
about,
thing is that it's so nerve wracking because I mean, look at just one example. Poor guy on game. He's selling, game calls at $121, and then he's having to pay out 12,000. Well,
yeah,
there's a nice one. I think what turned me off to doing that is that a guy I know, he was putting out $110,000. Yeah, I think it was 110,000 for Google earnings, and to make I think he was going to make $1,000. And I said, "You're risking $100,000 to make $1,000." I'm like, I was like, I can't even like get my arm around that. So, yeah. Mhm.
and I know some people also sell covered calls where they own the stock and then sell calls above it.
Yeah, I tried them all. I mean, I think the key thing is you got to work with what works for you.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
definitely agree with that.
so yeah, I've had people do that. I've done it. I mean, I've had, let's say, a stock that was at 20. I sold cover calls and it went down to 15. And you're like, oh, well, you made, $400 on your cover calls. Well, yeah, but I just lost $1,000 on the stock. So
Yeah,
oh,
right.
well, you would have made, you would have, and then if it goes the other way, and it goes the other way, so then you're watching some guy that like spent $200, making all this money, and then so I don't know. I just can't get my arms around it. So
Yeah.
I think the key thing is if you're going to go ahead and buy straight calls or puts, you have to have a strategy that has got a chance to work, and that was the thing that I always had a problem with when I started trading is that I would get an idea and just do it. Well, generally speaking, it was always wrong.
Right,
You know,
exactly. Yeah. Learn the
so
hard way.
the issue is I never knew about the SMA. I never knew about option volumes. I started out buying monthlies. I don't even know if I ever made money on monthlies. It always, it's so funny because you would make it, but then I don't know what it's that always seems to reverse.
Mhm.
So, here you're like doing a happy dance and you're up, $2,000, and then you hold it, and next thing you know, you're down $2,000. You're like, wow, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I've never really enjoyed I think I mean, generally speaking, I don't really like to hold a position overnight at all. Now, what I'll do, and I've been doing lately, is I've been buying small positions and holding them through the week.
Hmm.
So, and it's more of a test for me. Um, like, just more of a test. The Generally speaking, um, I I would have done better doing it that way. So as long as I have a strategy in mind. So it always seems like you sell way too early if you don't.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to pick tops and it's hard to pick, bottoms for buying. And yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole timing thing that's like, me, for instance, with the SPY today, I left a ton of money and I did it Thursday, I did it Friday, I left a ton of money on the table, but I'm
Uh,
still
I
kind of
mean,
green.
even Marriott. I mean, yeah. So you made $1,000. But then the thing is, if I would have held it to the end of the week, I would have went ahead and made triple.
Yeah.
So what did I do? So there's the drop on Friday. And the thing is that, well, why not hold it? I mean, the strategy is, we know that the market's going to drop 1% the last day of the month. It always does. Statistically, it's greater than 90%. So why wouldn't you? I mean, the whole logic is you got to play your percentages. So if it's a 90% chance it's going to drop, why wouldn't you just go ahead and let it roll?
Right. Yeah.
So I've been playing around a little bit more with that, but what I've been trying to do is, if I'm going to hold, I have to have evidence in the options to hold. If
Yeah.
you
And I,
so like um, I would think Marriott. I don't know what it's doing today. So it didn't go up. 40 cents is nothing. Yeah, so there's no calls or puts at all on that. So the fact is it really that big surprise it didn't do anything? Money drives the market, period.
yeah.
Yeah, so like you got Marriott right there, don't you? Or is it
No, I'm curious as the SPY because I want to look back on Friday on where these 390 calls were. Um, so what day is this? 226. So yeah, that the market's going to go up on the first day of the week, which was
Mhm.
Monday. So Friday, oh, this isn't what I was looking for. What happened to my
Just so
options?
you know, my experience is that I think we were down 600-700 points on Friday, right?
I think so. I think we dropped at the end of the day.
No, I think we came back. So usually what happens is that the last 2 hours of the day goes up on the last day of the month because people know it's going to go up for the first day of the month, so that they're actually selling their shorts and then buying calls, or whatever.
Um, yeah, and I can look at that. Let me get rid of all these studies. So here's the 2-day on the 390 calls. End of the day, they finished $15 and they went up Over, let's see here, I can't see that. Up to 65 today. So at the end of the day, they're sitting down here at $15. Well,
Mhm.
$16. So it may be beneficial to hold out of the money calls at the end of the day, end of the day, at the end of the month for that first day bump. But it looks like they opened up at the same price here. Well, yeah, roughly the same price. Anyway,
Beautiful.
yeah. Okie
Awesome.
doke. Well,
All
cool.
right.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good week. I'm sure we'll chat later.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Sure. Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Alan.